Well, hello everyone, a robot is with you. And today we have not the usual mods, but the most legendary mod, namely the review of the alexsmobs mod. Yes, I was written in the comments, when there will be a review of this mod, why it is not there. But I thought about it and did it. Here I had a little trouble downloading this mod, but now there is an updated mod that is updated almost every month. Here I had some problems with him because of this video did not come out on alexsmobs for quite a long time, almost a month ago, the first part was released. So, let's not hesitate and start. Although no, we will probably delay, these are the new mobs that were added in this update. They don't have a description, because you know that some problems came out because of this. But if you need to, then you can just leave it like that. Everything works calmly for me, but the author said that it is better to delete this config. This is indicated in the description of this video. If you have eyes, then you probably noticed a new innovation, namely a modified seal model. For some reason, some people have problems with their heads, so because you saw it. There's something wrong with their heads. I don't know if it's a fashion problem or a reaper, but okay, it looks pretty cool. I like it. I wish it was always like this. But you figure this is a cool new model and now the seals look like small creatures, but like pretty big ones. But not only the seal models have been updated, a bunch of other jokes have been updated, and they have also made a global bag fix. 1.16.5 there will be something new, so since there were not so many fixes before, there are just a billion of these fixes. You can see right now how many fixes there are. Pretty unusual for a mod that's kind of about dragons. Somewhere there, the balance broke down and everyone started fixing it there, and more Jim stopped fixing it, it turned out what should. That's why Minecraft is unbalanced. Well, you just look at this for yourself, it's kind of creepy. Therefore, I can tell you that, and if it is fixed now and perhaps soon it will be transferred to new versions of Minecraft. Well, now we are definitely going to the new content. Let's go. What kind of creature is this? And this is a rain frog. Yes, it has several textures. These are the darker ones and these are the lighter ones. Frogs can also be propagated with the help of larvae. They can be inflated like this with a shovel. They will dig into the ground to look for larvae to finally have a good lunch like that. Now this frog is looking for larvae, and if suddenly we feed these two new toads with this update in this fashion, here we can get a small frog, but we won't have a tadpole here. Everything is much more simple, everything is done, that is, there is a frog and they can be propagated as the same cows, sheep, and so such are the mobs from vanilla Minecraft. That is, we give them two larvae and we all get a small frog. Well, you won't believe it either, no you don't understand. What are these microbugs capable of? Namely, they can really change the weather. These creatures have already made an incredible mess here, namely they made it rain. Yes, this is certainly not visible in the desert, because there is no rain in the desert here. Other biomes already have rain. It's pouring hard, and you don't understand, but it's nonsense. It's pretty strange that these guys can change the weather. Well, okay, we are not in the official Minecraft, so it can be done in mods. I think balance is not needed, but only sometimes if suddenly of course everything is super broken, One thing is cooler than another at the beginning of the game in general. Let me show you. For the frog begin to flex. That's not flex it, because she's not in the mood. That's when the frog begins to flex, and somewhere out there in the world either a thunderstorm or rain or light weather begins. In general, with the help of such a frog. Wow, you won't believe it really worked. This real master turned on the light in our basement. In general, fire. I'll tell everyone that this is the most unusual mob and actually the most unusual frog I've ever seen in Minecraft. And not only in Minecraft in general, in any other games, well, and just in mods, it's just an incredible frog. Imagine this at your home. Your actions. So, I present to you a new bird of this update, namely Potoo is something like an owl. Only these birds are not owls, it's something between owls and... Well, you see something on these screens. That it's not an owl, it's something like an owl, but it's not an owl. It is quite difficult to explain. In general, Potoo is a kind of owl type. This bird, which can also be propagated by larvae, and it will have such huge eyes. Her eyes will be, and the pupil will increase from the level of illumination. If suddenly the lighting level is high, then, strictly speaking, the pupils will be larger. If suddenly there are monsters nearby, then the pupils will be even larger. Right at the very maximum, and Potoo, it will squeal so powerfully. You can also take this bird for yourself on such a glove for falconry. It looks quite strange, as if I just took it and carried it somewhere far, far away. Unfortunately, like the same eagles, you can't just take and release Potoo for hunting. You can just take it here and you can't charge it, but you can take and breed these same birds with the help of larvae. Somehow there is too much content for such a small thing as a larva. Little Potoo will look even more funny, namely that their eyes will be bigger than their head. Well, almost. It looks pretty weird when your head is smaller than your eyes. Well, as we see at night, these animals will wake up, and in principle they can only be found in a dark forest. We have just the same dark forest in need of the update itself. Maybe someday I will release a video about updating this biome, but this is inaccurate. Maybe he won't be there at all. Also, these birds will follow you when you have a larva in your hands, and if you remove it, you become uninteresting to them. They will also be pretty with smooth and beautiful animation, as always in this fashion, always cool animations. Even cooler sometimes than in the original Minecraft. Here, but that's basically all you need to know about these cool, funny, big-eyed birds. Right now there are monsters nearby, because Potoo is screaming, so there is danger nearby somewhere. And this in general can be used as a motion sensor, because there are monsters nearby and you will be notified by such a funny bird whose mouth is just super mega creepy. What would you do if you had such a bird at home? This new mob is both underwater and not underwater. Mob in general, you can say he lives both on land and on water, but it seems to me that he is more comfortable in the water, because, well, look at his structure. In general, he was pretty cool, the animations are cool and top end, but let me show you what you will be just shocked by, and how he soaked Varden, but he's not just alone, but with the Bratva, to be more precise. If you suddenly kill Varden in ordinary Minecraft, then you should definitely do it with your friends. Minecraft friends are a sacred thing after all, and just friends are cool here. Note: So they live in shallow water, on land, and in mangrove swamps. Naturally, this is, strictly speaking, the biome in which they will spawn. So they can be turned into lobster tails like this. This is an object that has existed for a very long time, you never know. Also, this mob can be forced to follow, sit, or wander. I advise you to take him with you because he will spit mud at the enemy. I do not know if such a fish exists in reality, but it seems to me that it does not because I have not seen such creatures that are both on land and on water. Or then again on land he pours mud and kills some creatures with 500 HP, from his company and, in fact, can just kill everyone. I can tell you all that in this video, when this guy and his brothers killed Varden, they were all tamed. So if you want to kill Varden, then save yourself lobster tails. They will be simply necessary, but it is also possible, strictly speaking, to breed these same dudes with the help of lobster tails, and this is quite a new function for lobster tails. Cool. Or rhinos, because they are pack dudes and unlike other herbivorous animals, they will attack both the player who got into their territory and robbers because they do not like poachers. As a matter of fact, as we see, the rhinoceros is so enraged, just running away with his bratva here is such an evil robber. They can also be fed and now the rhinos will not beat you for the territory, that is, wheat is a very pleasant subject at the moment. Also, a rhinoceros can be doused with such a potion, but to be more precise, any rhinoceros can be doused with a potion. The main thing is that it should be in a bottle. In general, fire. I want to tell everyone that in order to pour a potion on a rhinoceros, you just need to poke the right mouse button on its horn and then this very effect will be applied to robbers or other mobs, with which you poured this very horn itself. That is, any effect, you can even steal souls, which actually are in this fashion. In general, fire. In principle, it is possible that this is a pretty cool mob that you can bring with you to the village and, strictly speaking, it will protect the village. This is a pretty useful mob that will be really useful for those people who want to protect their village from some evil dudes. Sugar glider. It's an unusual name, but let's take it as it is. This is a real animal that lives in the birch forest in Minecraft. It will be possible to tame it and it will sit so nicely like this. And you can also turn several gliders like this. They can also be propagated like this. Here's a funny thing. We also have classic commands from the alexsmobs mod, eat, hold, stand, and these are the jokes. You can also take sugar gliders on your head, and they will look pretty cool. Yeah, this was clearly not enough in Minecraft. Unfortunately, it is impossible to take 3 sugar gliders as it is with crows or with dragons. Well, look, they have just a wonderful animation. Also, these guys are pretty good thieves by the way, namely they can look for such items in the foliage blocks, sticks, seedlings, bear fur and moose horns. Poor moose. He was shaved bald. In general, this is what kind of video I got. Let's hope that you liked it. If so, thank you all. If not, then it's okay, I'll improve somehow. If you don't like something, then write about it in the comments. Like this video or dislike it. Subscribe to the channel because as many as 99% of people watch me without a subscription, which upsets me very much. Thanks for watching. Good luck to everyone. Bye bye.